Jared Leto.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, that's right. What's up, everybody? I'm Brad.
And I'm Sean.
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee tonight, coming to you from a distance in my basement with some of my toys, and I'm very excited to record this video.
Nice. I'm coming at you from a distance in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in my office. I got my books, my movies, Baby Groot. I have Batman v Superman behind me as well. Can't really tell. And I'm drinking some green tea tonight. And make sure that if you like this content, you're enjoying what you see, please subscribe down below. I'm still waiting on subscriber 70. Today we're talking about a movie that came out last weekend. It's called Birds of Prey. It's something or other, the Fantabulous Harley Quinn Emancipation Act, something like that. I don't know.
I have no idea.
But it has a really long title that's not necessary. So we're just going to get straight into this one, and I'm going with my up thumbs to start. Man, the cast of this movie was spot on. Margot Robbie did a great job as the crazy lunatic Harley Quinn. Everybody knew that from Suicide Squad already, but this one kind of lifts some of that hurt that we got from Suicide Squad for how poorly that one went. But also joined this time, she's with Ewan McGregor as the villain, the crazy Black Mask. He is off the wall in this movie. Probably my favorite villain. I don't know. It's been one of the best villains in the DCEU for sure. And then also all the supporting cast that joined alongside him, whether it was Victor Zsasz, the psychopath killer, or also all the different birds of prey that came with Harley Quinn. Next up, I have the visuals of this movie were super striking and awesome. Every time there was an explosion or just a dust cloud in the air, it popped with color. And all of the action scenes were super cool, well directed, great job. And then lastly, I just love that they built upon the lore and the foundation of Gotham. It's more of a comic booky Gotham than we've seen in the past. And I like that. We're seeing these gangs rise up, that they're all wearing masks and stuff, and just ready for a good Batman to go along with that. What are your up thumbs?
My up thumbs. All right, first of all, that Batman better sparkle. That's all I'm saying. He better sparkle bright. For my up thumbs, obviously, this movie is well acted. The standouts for me, of course, were Ewan McGregor, the freaking psycho Black Mask guy. I really liked Huntress's backstory and motives. More on that later. It was great to see Rosie Perez actually in a movie again. More on that later. The Black Canary actress, she was good. But as far as casting, there's no debate allowed whatsoever. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. She plays it to a T, and this movie wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for her. So. I think the action scenes were awesome and highly creative. The bright colors, the scene in the police station was excellent, and I think it's probably one of the best scenes in the entire DCEU. DC extended letter name. Come on, guys. Anyway, I heard they brought somebody from John Wick in. I heard that they to help with the action scenes. But spoiler alert: the villain does die at the end, and his death is awesome. I talked to people who had seen it, and the first thing they said was, the villain death, though. Great comedy, especially Ewan McGregor is just extremely weird and odd. But this made me feel like I was watching the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, like it was in that universe. I felt like I was there, that I understood, and I was feeling what the characters felt. So, lots of up thumbs in this for me. But for every up thumb, there may be a down thumb. And I have a few. Okay, this movie is overrated. It just is, okay? This movie has a little bit too much of the witty, snappy banter. Harley Quinn is basically like an indestructible ninja now? I don't really understand. I mean, there's no backstory to fill in how she learned all these skills. you know? Like I said above, Mary Elizabeth Winstead was very flat in this, which is a bummer because she's a great actress and the character had great setup. Rosie Perez's acting was super rough. And how did she go toe-to-toe with Harley Quinn? After Harley was able to fend off like 20 like male warriors earlier in the movie? I'm just curious. This would be like my 60-year-old mom putting a whooping on Harley Quinn. I just don't really see... Something's not adding up for me. And again, like I said, it's an up thumb. It's also a down thumb. This movie made me feel like I was watching The Joker. Just super dark with off-putting elements for me, especially the face removal. Not feeling that. But what do you have for your down thumbs, if you even have any down thumbs?
I mean, really, I just thought that there wasn't enough character development for the rest of the Birds of Prey. So I would have liked a little bit more there. They did kind of poke fun at the Huntress for introducing herself as the Huntress, and that kind of went with her acting. So I feel like that was kind of part of her character. But really, I didn't have too many problems with this movie. It could have been PG-13 if they would have just miled down some things, maybe taken out the F-bombs, not shown some stuff, and it would have been fine. Like, there was nothing super that was added that really made it worthy of that rated R. Like, I was not like, oh, this has to be a rated R movie. But it seemed like it wanted to be the DCEU's equivalent to Deadpool for me. And then lastly, I just would have liked maybe a Joker cameo. I think with the right script that Jared Leto could be a really good Joker. Maybe if they just took out, or maybe he got some tattoo removal and fixed his teeth. I don't know. But that's all I have for my down thumbs, because I would have really liked him in this. But Brad, what else you got for us?
So it is time for us to assign our thumbs to this movie. This is the first movie review that we have done in a while. We've been doing lists and Star Wars stuff. It's great to be back and reviewing a movie, just a standalone movie, pretty much. So, Sean, what do you have for your thumb rating out of 10 thumbs for Birds of Prey?
I keep going back and forth, but I'm going to go with my modest one here. I'm going to go 7.5 thumbs up. This one overall was a pretty good movie. Brad, what do you think?
Oh boy. If you went modest, I'll just go modest too. When it was all said and done and soaked in a couple days, it definitely went down a half thumb, and it went down another half thumb just now. 6.5 thumbs. Time might do this movie some favors, but I don't know, man. I didn't want to see it anyway, and so I had very low expectations. And then I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, and I was like, oh, well, this is going to be awesome. And then so I think it ended up being below my expectations. Anyway, so I have one final question for you, Sean. I want to know from you and from you alone, do you feel like this movie raised or lowered the overall thumb rating of the DCEU?
I think this raised the overall thumb rating. We've had some stinkers in there, not going to lie. I mean, Suicide Squad just wasn't that good, and then Justice League was rushed. Shazam was good, so that was cool. I like the direction that they're heading, and I like this was low-stakes crime movie. And I'm excited for the future, and I hope that Batman sparkles.
I'm not a hater of the DCEU, so for me, this lowered it just a tiny little bit. Suicide Squad was not good, but I still enjoyed it. In Justice League, when I was watching it, I was like, I'm fine with this, mostly. So I don't really hate the DCEU, but it definitely has some high points, and it's starting to figure itself out. And so for that, I think that this was a notch below the last few ones that came out.
Let us know what you thought about whatever this movie is that ended up called. I don't know, Harley Quinn, Emancipation, with some birds that are flying overhead. But thank you so much for watching today. We really are so glad that you've tuned in. Make sure you smash the like button like Brad always says. Just smash it. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought, like I had already said. And make sure you always tune in, but always from a distance.